what's up, y'all? It's Preston.
I'm Langston.
Man, with Justin Chicken, we're back here again talking about those three skills that we always talk about. What's those three skills, Lang?
Three skills always going to be reading, writing, and speaking. One more time. Reading, writing, and speaking. The skills that pay the bills.
Absolutely. So today we want to take it to the foundation. We want to take a look at deep dive into the foundation of those three skills. And that's right. Words. We want to talk about words today.
Absolutely. Words are perfect. Words are great. Words are everywhere. Words are the building blocks of sentences, paragraphs. They help us write out our favorite movie scripts, rap songs, menus. Man, where would we be without words on menus, man? We wouldn't know what's going on.
Absolutely. Even when you use TikTok, you still got to have words. It doesn't matter how much you do. I need to see the caption of the words on it.
Absolutely, man. So if words are so important, we still need words with social media, with all these things. Why do we spend so much time always utilizing the weakest, the wackest, the sorriest, the inept, all the terrible, sorry words that we can think of?
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Let's get into it. We back. So here's the question, man. How do you know if someone's strong? Is he strong? Am I strong? Is she strong? There's really a one way we all know that we can tell somebody's strong. Usually see you have a bunch of muscles. And when somebody has muscles, you can see them. Matter of fact, everybody flex for me one time.
Everybody get that good flex going on one time. Flex. Get your favorite pose on. This used to be one of my tough guy poses right there, flexing. Mr. Preston used to like the hero's pose, all those different things. But again, when you got muscles, it's really, really hard to hide those muscles. Even if you got the nice shirt on, they're still poking out. So the question is, how do we get muscles, right? You get muscles by exercising. You get muscles by doing curls, by doing push-ups, by doing burpees, doing all these different things. But we want to talk about the most important muscle we have. The muscle that's in between our ears, the muscle that's in this big old head of ours, our brains. Our brains are the biggest, strongest, greatest muscle that we have. It's up to us to really make sure we're flexing those muscles every day by making sure we read a lot, and we also do tons and tons of word work, because that's the only way we can tell somebody is really, really strong. Not because we can take our brain out and put it in a tight t-shirt. Nah, our brain shows how strong we are by the words we use and how great and equally we use those words in our sentences in everyday life.
Man, since our brains are muscles, how do we work them out? I mean, can we take our brains out and put them on a treadmill? No, of course not. But can our brains do curls? No, of course not. They can't do any of that. So how do we exercise our brain? Duh. There's one way to exercise our brain. There's one way we know. It's reading. Now, reading is fun, any type of reading, but if you really want to get strong, if you really want to make that brain big, if you really want that brain to bust out that shirt, you're going to read books.
Absolutely. Reading books is like lifting weights for your brain. It's the simplest, most effective way, the cheapest way. It's always available to us to get our brains really, really strong. So we don't have to go out of our way to get our brains strong, to give ourselves all the things we want by having a really, really strong brain. All we got to do is pick up this idea of reading and reading consistently every day.
So just like we can tell if somebody's strong if they have muscles, we can also tell if somebody has a really big brain by the types of words that they use. Do they use a lot of strong words, or do they just use weak words? Like, what's an example of a weak word?
There's plenty of weak words. Good, sad, mad, bad, thingy. Those are all weak words. Weak words. And I'm going to tell you, I got a perfect example. My daughter, who's my roommate, AKA my roommate, she lives with me. Every time I ask her a question, she gives me the same answer for everything. How's the food? Good. How's the movie? Good. How you like your bed? Good. How you like the phone? Good. How do you like me? Good. What's my name? Good. Good is boring. You can't use the word good for everything because everything isn't good. I'd rather you be more descriptive and tell me the truth and use a stronger word instead of that boring, weak, wimpy word, good. Good is basic. Good is boring.
If you can't tell, we love food. And we don't only just like to eat food, we like to talk about food, we like to read about food, we like to watch food on TV. We love it. And so if we love it, we should be able to describe it. So Langston, can you please describe to me a great meal that you had?
I had a good cheeseburger the other day. It was good. It was good. Now, is that weak description or is that a strong description? Weak, strong, weak. No, we use the word good. Now, again, we told you we love food. Now, you can tell from our size we love food because we always eating it. But a better way to describe maybe one of the favorite meals I had recently, a cheeseburger, was, oh man, the cheeseburger was excellent. The temperature was just perfect. It wasn't burned all the way through. The char on the outside of the burger was good. It had all my accoutrements that I liked on there, all the sides, the ketchup, the mustard. It had the right amount of cheese melted onto it. It was an awesome meal that I had. And just because everything was put together so well, it was probably one of the better cheeseburgers I had probably this week. I'll probably have another cheeseburger at the end of this week.
So what about our books? We got books too. Just a Chicken Little, Just a Chicken. We wrote 2 of them. We had to use some strong words in these books, but we also had to use some weak words. We want you all to help us correct some of these weak words. So looking at this picture, as you see our protagonist,
nice word.
He looks kind of sad, but sad is a weak word. So what are some other words we could use to describe our dude?
Let's take a minute. Let's think about it. You got a word in mind? You got some words? Do you have more than one word, 2 words, 3 words? You can never have enough strong words. Let's think about some of the stronger words to describe how our main character, the protagonist, when he was looking weak. Did you say he looked despondent? Did you say he looked depressed? Let's see if I can think of another D word. Did he look down? Did he look desperate? These are just the D words. And we still haven't used that weak basic word. What's some more words that we can come up with to describe our main character, the protagonist, looking sad, which is a weak word, with some stronger words? Can you come up with some more?
Well, let's try another example. We already said that he looked down, despondent, depressed, downtrodden. But let's check out this picture, because maybe this picture tells a whole nother idea. So everybody can look at our guy and we can see that what? He's happy, but happy is kind of weak, and honestly, it's a little bit boring. What are some other strong words you could come up with to describe the way our guy looks right now?
Like we said, we want you guys to use those strong words. So take a minute, think about it, get that brain going a little bit. Think about some strong words that are better than just happy or good. Don't use good. What's some words that we can use to describe how our main character, the protagonist, was looking in the picture? Did he look overjoyed? Did he look excited? Did he look anxious? Did he look
awesome?
There we go. See, there's so many different words we can use to describe our main character instead of that basic, weak, wimpy word, happy. We got to strive for the word. We got to reach for the word, just like I had to do.
So in conclusion, for our grand finale, there's 2 things you need to know. There's weak words and there's strong words. The weak words, sad, mad, bad, glad, those are boring. We want you to use exciting words. We want you to use colorful words. We want you to utilize all the opportunities that you have to paint with this beautiful language, right?
Absolutely. So if you want to give yourself a lot of options, if you want to give yourself a lot of opportunities, if you want to make a lot of money, you know a lot of this, it's a great exercise we can work on too. How many words for money can we come up with? If you want to give yourself all these options, you have to work on those 3 skills. And what's those 3 skills we talked about before? First one is reading. Second is writing. Third is speaking. One more time. Reading, writing, speaking. Those 3 skills we get the opportunity to get better at every time we read, we write, and most importantly, we start putting all these ideas together and don't be boring. We can give ourselves a whole bunch of opportunity to make a bunch of money, go places, travel, and do a lot of really, really cool things, even write some books like we've done. So again, if you don't take nothing else from our time together, remember this today. 3 skills again are what? Reading, writing, speaking. Don't be boring. Boring is basic. Give yourself a whole bunch of strong words in your brain. Get that brain really, really strong. And you do that every day by reading.
Well, I mean, we went through the workout, but I mean, if you want to do some more work, we always got some extra. So here's what you need to do. Here's some extra work. Here's what's going to get you over the top. Every time you hear somebody say that word good, just give them a buzzer sound. Every single time. Whenever you hear that word good, give them one of these. Every time. Good. My food was good. The TV show is good. Every single time. Your parents might get a little annoyed at you, but just tell them you're trying to get them to use some stronger words. What else can they do, like?
Absolutely. We can do what we talked about all throughout this video. We talked about reading. Read every day. Or you can read to somebody else. That's something we know that strong readers do over and over again. They're either reading or they're having somebody read to them. They're listening to audio books. All those different things are a great way to get your brain going. And here's another thing that you can do once you're reading. Try to find those words that are a little tough for you. We start talking about word searches, word idea. You start being really, really inquisitive, nice word, and start wondering what those words are that you might not know in the book. You can use some context clues, or you can go and look the word up. The more word work you do, it's more like putting those more plates on the bar. You're getting stronger, you're lifting more. That brain is getting really, really strong. So every time you hear somebody use that weak, wimpy word, good, sad, bad, thingy, all of those, give them the buzzer sound. It's not going to work. That's weak. Make sure the second thing you do, read every day. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, preferably we hope that you're reading books, magazines, newspapers, but we understand you got to read off your phone and your tablet sometimes, so that's cool. Read to somebody else, have somebody else read to you. But while you're also reading, make sure you're searching out those words. Find a word, challenge yourself to find one word every day and something you're reading that you don't really understand. And if you do that every day, it's like putting money into the bank account. It's like putting more weights on the bar. You're giving yourself more options, and we all love options.